Hello everyone, take a look at this beautifully designed page. It's filled with smooth scrolling and scroll-triggered animations. But one effect really stood out to me. As you scroll, these cards elegantly stack on top of one another and drift to the left side of the screen. Each card is subtly and randomly rotated, creating a natural, organic stacking feel with lovely smoothness. Well, I recreated that exact effect using GSAP, ScrollTrigger, and Lenis. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the logic behind it step by step. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you for all your support. If you're new here, welcome. We have plenty of tutorials breaking down GSAP and scroll animations on this channel. We're also moving toward an exciting milestone of 5,000 subscribers, and I truly appreciate you being part of this journey. All right, let's get started. Let's walk through the HTML structure by focusing on the key classes that will drive our animation. First, we have the hero section, which acts as our introduction with a compelling headline. Next, we have the sticky cards section. This is where the main animation will happen. Inside, you'll see multiple card elements, each structured in two parts. The card image division holds the visual content, while the card content division contains the title and description text. Finally, we have the outro section with a closing statement to wrap up the experience. At the bottom, I'm including the necessary scripts: GSAP for animations, ScrollTrigger for scroll-based triggers, Lenis for smooth scrolling, and our own JavaScript file where we'll write the animation logic. This setup gives us a clean, semantic structure that's ready to be brought to life with scroll-based animations. Let's walk through the CSS that sets up our visual layout. First, I reset all margins and paddings and set the box model to border box. This ensures consistent spacing and prevents padding from affecting our element widths. The HTML and body are set to full height, and I chose Inter as our primary font family, a clean modern typeface. The background is a deep near black with white text for strong contrast. Images are set to cover their containers completely, so they fill the space without distortion. Each section is made full viewport in width and height, with overflow hidden to keep everything contained. The hero and outro sections are centered using Flexbox with large uppercase headings. They share a dark gray background which frames the experience. The sticky cards section has a light gray background. This contrast makes the cards stand out when they begin to stack. Each card is initially positioned absolutely in the center. The will change. Transform hint helps the browser optimize for the upcoming animations. Inside, a card uses Flexbox in a column. The image area takes up most of the space, and the content area holds a title and description in a compact, uppercase style. Finally, there's a media query for screens under 900 pixels, where the card width reduces and the headline fonts scale down for mobile. This CSS gives us a sturdy, visually distinct foundation ready for smooth scroll-driven animation. Now that our HTML and CSS base is ready, let's dive into the JavaScript logic. First, we wait for document content to load completely before running any animation code. This ensures all our elements are present on the page. Inside this event listener, the first step is to register the ScrollTrigger plugin with GSAP. This tells GSAP that we'll be using scroll-based animations and activates those special capabilities. This single line is our foundation, unlocking the scroll animation features we'll use throughout this project. Now, let's set up smooth scrolling with Lenis. First, I create a new Lenis instance. This replaces the default browser scroll with a buttery smooth custom scroll engine. Then, I connect Lenis to ScrollTrigger. Every time Lenis scrolls, it automatically updates ScrollTrigger so our animations stay perfectly synchronized. Next, I link GSAP's animation ticker to Lenis's request animation frame. This ensures our animations run at the same smooth pace as the scrolling. Finally, I disable GSAP's lag smoothing, which removes any animation delay and keeps everything feeling instant and responsive. With just these few lines, we've transformed the scrolling experience into something silky and perfectly tuned for our animations. Next, we set up our cards with their starting positions. First, I collect all the card elements and convert them into an array using GSAP's utility function. This makes them easier to work with for animations. I also create an array of rotation values. These are small, random-looking angles that will give each card a natural, slightly varied orientation when they stack. Then, for each card, I set an initial state. Each card starts positioned completely off-screen at the bottom of the viewport. I also apply one of those rotation values to each card, so they'll have a slight tilt right from the start. This starting position, off-screen and rotated, sets the stage for the animation we'll create. When the user scrolls, these cards will smoothly rise and stack from below, each with its own unique angle for that organic, hand-placed look. Next, we create the scroll trigger for our sticky cards section. We target the sticky cards section as our trigger element. The animation starts when the top of this section hits the top of the viewport. We set the endpoint to be 4 times the viewport height from the start, giving us plenty of scroll distance to work with for our stacking animation. The pin property is set to true, which makes the entire section stick in place while we scroll through it. The pin spacing ensures proper layout spacing is maintained. We enable scrub with a value of 1, creating a smooth 1-second delay between scroll movement and animation response for that natural weighted feel. I've also enabled markers for visual debugging so we can see exactly where our animation starts and ends during development. This scroll trigger configuration creates the foundation for our stacking animation, giving us a controlled scroll environment where we can precisely time our card movements. Now the real magic happens inside the onUpdate callback. This function runs continuously as we scroll, letting us animate each card in response to the user's movement. First, we get the current progress value from the scroll trigger instance. This is a number from 0 to 1 representing how far we've scrolled through the pinned section. Then we calculate 2 important values, the total number of cards and the amount of progress dedicated to each card. If we have, say, 6 cards, each will animate across roughly 1/6 of the total scroll distance. This way, we can stagger their movement. Card 1 animates first, then card 2, then card 3, and so on, creating that beautiful cascading effect as you scroll. Inside the loop, we'll write logic to move each card upward, stack them, and shift them to the left, all perfectly timed based on the scroll position and each card's individual slice of the progress. This setup gives us precise programmatic control to choreograph the entire stacking sequence in sync with the user's scroll. Inside the loop for each card, we first calculate when that specific card should start animating. We multiply the card's index by the progress per card slice, so each card starts a little later than the previous one. Then we normalize the progress for this individual card. We subtract its start point from the overall progress, then divide by its progress slice. This gives us a value from 0 to 1 representing how far along this specific card is in its own animation journey. We clamp this value between 0 and 1, so it never goes below 0 or above 1. Now, we calculate the vertical position. The card starts at the bottom of the screen when its progress is 0 and rises to its final stacked position when progress reaches 1. We also initialize the horizontal position to 0 for now, but we'll adjust this later to create that leftward drift effect. This approach gives each card its own timing, creating that beautiful, staggered animation where cards appear one after another as you scroll. Now, here's where we create that beautiful diagonal exit effect. When a card is fully entered, meaning its card progress equals 1, and it's not the last card in the stack, we start moving it out of the way to make room for the next card. First, we calculate the remaining progress after this card has finished its main entrance animation. This tells us how far along we are in the transition period before the next card begins. If there is remaining progress, meaning we're in that transition phase, we then calculate a distance multiplier. This makes each subsequent card move a little less distance than the one before it, creating a natural, cascading feel. Finally, we update both the X and Y positions. The card moves left and upward simultaneously, creating that smooth diagonal drift to the side. The amount of movement increases gradually with the remaining progress, so the card eases out of the way just as the next one is easing in. This creates that beautiful choreography where cards stack, then gracefully slide aside, making room for the next card in the sequence. Finally, we apply these calculated positions to the card. We use GSAP.tu with a duration of 0 and no easing curve, which essentially means we're updating the card's position immediately on every scroll update. This is crucial because we're inside the onUpdate callback, which fires continuously as the user scrolls. By setting the duration to 0, we ensure the card moves instantly to its new calculated position, creating that perfectly smooth one-to-one connection with the scroll movement. Without this instant update, the cards would lag behind the scroll, breaking that direct, responsive feel we're aiming for. This one line is what takes all our calculations and makes them visible, transforming mathematical progress values into a beautiful, real-time animation that feels alive and connected to the user's interaction. And there you have it, a complete breakdown of how to create that beautiful scroll-triggered card stacking animation using GSAP, ScrollTrigger, and Lenis. We started by setting up smooth scrolling with Lenis to give our page that premium feel. Then, we configured a scroll trigger to pin the card section and create a controlled scroll journey. Inside the onUpdate callback, we wrote the logic to stagger each card's entrance, animate it upward from the bottom of the screen, and, once it's fully in view, smoothly drift it diagonally to the left to make room for the next card. The result is a polished, organic stacking effect where cards rise, settle, and glide aside in perfect sync with the user's scroll. If you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth animation breakdowns. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, and every bit of support helps make these tutorials possible. Let me know in the comments what kind of scroll effect or animation you'd like to see next. Your ideas help shape future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Keep experimenting, keep building, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding!